Hello, friends. Today I want to talk about why so many people in their 40s, 50s, and 60s are burned out from working and wanting to retire before they are actually of retirement age or financially ready to retire. My first thought is that those of us who are my age or about our age grew up in the Generation X generation. We were self-sufficient at a very young age, and many of us started working when we were 14 or 15 years old. So we've already been working for 40 or more years. We are just tired of selling our time for a paycheck. We are looking at the rest of our lives thinking of all the things that we haven't done that we want to do. We are thinking of spending time with our families and exploring, trying hobbies, traveling, and we are just feeling the time ticking away, and we want to have that time to do the things that we haven't had a chance to do yet. Another thing is that a lot of us work for very big corporations and big companies now. All the small companies over the past 20 years have started being kind of swallowed up by the big companies. The big corporations are going around and buying up all the small companies. So a lot of us work for very big companies, and along with the big corporation comes corporate culture, which is, in my experience, pretty toxic. They want you to think that you are all a big family and that you're all working for one purpose, but the purpose is actually to put money in the shareholders and the CEO's pocket. So we're not stupid. We all know that we're there to make somebody else rich, and we don't know how to get out of it, and it is just eating away at us. And so we are tired of that culture and that environment. There's also the stress of not having job security anymore. Layoffs are rampant. My company, I work for a Fortune 50 company, and they have laid off tens of thousands of people this year, while the stock prices are going up, up, up because the company's doing so well. They're outsourcing to foreign countries so that they can save money on labor, and they're also using artificial intelligence, AI, to take over a lot of the functions that real people used to do. AI is not necessarily doing those jobs very well. It's a lot cheaper. They're replacing people, particularly in functions like customer service, where you're most likely to talk to a bot now when you try to call customer service for anything. You're going to start out with a bot before you actually get to a real person. We are tired of not having work-life balance. Our jobs, our employers are trying to get every bit of energy and everything out of us that they can with the least amount of money that they can. And it's causing us to feel like, even though we work hard and we try to have balance and we try to spend time with our families, it's making us feel guilty that we are not giving all of our energy to these employers. We need the work-life balance. In the United States, a full-time job is minimum 40 hours a week, and that is just way too much. Those of us that have been doing that for 30 years or more, giving away 40 hours a week to a company that's not really aligned with our own values, that takes a toll on somebody's mental health, and it causes burnout. A lot of us also, at this age, have reached the peak of our earning years. We're getting paid very well where we are, and we are experiencing a phenomenon that I call golden handcuffs. We don't like what we do anymore. It's not aligning with our values. It's not making us feel like we're contributing something good to the world. Yet we feel like we can't do any better because we're at the top of our pay grade. And if we leave, we're going to have to take a pay cut. We've got several weeks of PTO a year. We've got tenure. We've got seniority. We've got great pay. And we don't feel like we can give it up to do something that we would enjoy doing. And speaking of personal values, many of us are doing jobs that are misaligned with our personal values. Personally, I'm a nurse, and healthcare is a hot topic for me. I feel like everybody in this country is entitled to decent health care. And I work for a health insurance company that is gigantic and it's for profit. And it's not aligned with my values because it's money over people. I think a lot of people in a lot of different industries can relate to that, because the truth is we're working. If we're employees, then we're there to make somebody money, and a lot of times that takes precedence over people and real values and morals. People kind of get stepped on and run over in the name of making a profit. And back to why people of a particular age, I'm talking to us midlife people out there in our 50s. This is the demographic that I've heard the most from in the comments to my videos, is that we are burned out and we're tired of working. We've been working for everybody else our whole lives and have given up dreams, aspirations, and, because we've had to work. And we're tired. The full retirement age in the United States is now 67, and that is way too high. Most of us might start having health problems by that age. So 55 should really be retirement age, in my opinion. And that, I think a lot of you guys would agree. At around this age, you are just done. You're done, and you're looking at the next 10 years thinking, how am I gonna work for 10 more years? I don't know how I can do it, but also, how can I retire? Can I retire? Could I retire now? Is there a way to do it? I think that with a combination of decreasing your spending, but just living a simple, I used to have aspirations of being a world traveler in retirement. And now I just want peace and quiet. And I want to be in my home with my animals and my family coming to visit, and my garden in the backyard, and cooking my own meals in the kitchen, and baking bread, and sitting on my porch drinking my coffee. So I think I can do that with a lot less than what we are told we need to retire. And also, there's other ways to make money besides a full-time job. And that's what I'm looking at. Tell me in the comments, are you tired? I mean, nobody loves to work, but are you really, really at your wit's end with your job? And are you really just done? We can figure this out, friends. We can figure out how to enjoy our lives while we're still relatively young, without selling all of our time for a paycheck to survive. Let's talk about it in the comments. Thanks for watching.